It started as an idea to build a huge arch to welcome the Grand Excursion paddle boats as they steamed up the Mississippi River into St. Paul. Soon it became my dream to build the world's largest balloon arch. It was a huge undertaking. 18 months worth of research and getting approval from dozens of departments, 3-ring binders full of notes and measurements, pictures, organizing and reorganizing plans, materials, and people. All the planning and preparation was about to pay off. I assembled a top-notch team of balloon professionals from around the country whose expertise resulted in a production that went as smooth as possible. At 9 p.m. on July 2nd, the actual building of my dream began. It was time to set up the site and produce the world's largest balloon arch. It started with the arrival of helium tanks, over 17,000 cubic feet of helium. That's about 72 tanks in all, were waiting to be unloaded. The tanks had to go through a thorough check by local authorities, then they were taken off the trucks and moved to the inflation site and hooked up, ready to go. Next, we unloaded supplies, including over 1,500 3-foot and 45 4-foot Qualitex latex balloons, plus 21 gallons of ultra-high float, which helped the balloons float longer, 950 feet of straps, 1,500 D-rings, and all the miscellaneous supplies we needed to accomplish this monumental task. Then we set up the workstations. People were assigned to the helium tanks, high float tables, inflation stations, and arch production. At about 10 p.m., we were ready to start inflating balloons for the arch. Even the crew had no idea of the undertaking this would be. The balloons had been pre-inflated to 37 inches ahead of time to stretch them out and to check for bad ones. I even had them tested in a wind tunnel at the University of Minnesota to make sure that they could withstand high winds. Next, we sent them to be high floated, and then they went on to the inflation stations. The inflated balloons were sent to the production crew, who tied them onto metal D-rings that were on the nylon strap. Thanks to my out-of-the-world crew, everything was going extremely well, and the arch began to take shape. At completion, the arch was expected to have a lift of over 500 pounds. In order to prevent it from getting out of control while it was being built, I decided to create 37 smaller arches that were tied off to the railing on the south side of the river. As I ran around keeping my eye on everything and helping out when I was allowed, my crew seemed to think that it was more important for me to supervise than work. I was excited to see my dream become reality.
Is the last balloon.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning.
And let it fly!
By the time sunrise appeared at 6:45 a.m., many arches were complete, and we were ready to combine them into the world's largest balloon arch. One by one, we carefully released the smaller arches from the anchor points into the air. Each time a section was released, a lift factor was created that was stronger and harder to control. By the time we released the last section, several of us were being dragged along the sidewalk as it took all of our combined strength to let it up slowly. I know I was definitely floating on air. The sun was rising, the city was starting to come to life, and everyone was applauding our success. It was a picture-perfect arch with a height of over 340 feet and 600 feet wide. Later that afternoon, the Grand Flotilla regally made its way upriver and was royally greeted by the red, white, and blue masterpiece blowing in the wind. It astonished everyone who saw it. Many people were heard commenting on how impressed they were and would never have believed that such a creation could have been made with balloons. Good thing I did believe in the arch, and good thing I had family and friends that believed in me. I've joined the ranks of people who have had the good fortune to realize their dream and make it come true.